Hi everyone, welcome back for more Let's Play Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box. Now that we've annoyed this guy because we took just very short time to solve his puzzle, let's walk in here, and we walk back again, and we want to get to the dining car because there's someone we need to talk to. Which one is it? I believe it's him. Yep. Excuse me, sir, have you seen a little boy wandering around with only one shoe? No, I don't believe so. But come to think of it, a couple who was just here were talking about a child. Interesting. Do you have any idea where we might find this couple now, my good man? I believe they're staying in the 4th car, sir. May I recommend paying them a visit? A wonderful suggestion. Thank you for the assistance. Come along now, Luke. Let's go drop in on the couple in the 4th car. And now we need to search for the couple who saw Tom. And back in car 4, we now have an open door to explore. As an elderly couple, so let's talk to them, huh? Whoa there, young fella, you're in the wrong room. My wife and I are staying here. Dreadfully sorry to intrude, sir, but we are searching for a lost little one. Did you happen to see or hear anything pertaining to this? Oh, sweetie, I think they might be talking about that darling cutie pie who just passed by. Remember? Hey, we found somebody. Oh, yes. He was a cute one, he was. Small and very clever looking, I'd say. So you did see Tom then? He's been missing a while now. Eh? I didn't know whether he was a girl or a boy, truth be told. Tom's a right nice name, though. Couldn't tell what... Okay. Ah, pish-posh, Gerald. I'd bet my best mall walkers it was a girl who passed by our room. Yes, now that you mention it, I had a feeling that scamp might be a girl. But until you stick a ribbon on its head, who can really tell, eh? Now I'm all turned around. I don't have the faintest idea who we're talking about anymore. What? That's kind of confusing. They can't tell if it's a boy or girl. I hate to say it, but it looks like this hot lead just turned cold, Professor. On the contrary, Luke, we may have just stumbled onto some extremely valuable information. What do you mean, Professor? You'll see. First, let's return to the scene of Tom's disappearance. But of course, before we do that... Puzzle. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help to you. It was nice talking with you folks, though. Let me give you a puzzle for the road. Number 21. Pass it on. Worth 20 points. 8 people are playing an unusual communication game. In this game, one person has to get a message across to 7 other people. It takes 1 minute to pass along the message, and each time the message is spoken, it can only have one recipient. Using these rules, what's the shortest amount of time in minutes for the message to pass to all 7 other players? Well, let's see. The first minute, one person has given it to one other person. So that means 2 people now have it. Let's see, and if those 2 people talk, then 4 have it. And if those 4 people then tell the remaining other people, then it will take 3 minutes. Yep, there we go.
Consider this puzzle solved. Wonderful.
There we go. Nice graphical representation of it. Yes, sirree, that's the answer. Pair of sharp tacks, the 2 of you are. I'm downright impressed. Still, don't get your hopes up about finding that little one. He could be anywhere. Goodness, listen to my husband. Sometimes he can be a little negative without realizing it. I, for one, am rooting for you. Best of luck finding that little one. And we got a button part. Use it to rebuild the camera. That's part number 2 out of 10. And just a spoiler alert, we will get that camera put together before we leave the train. After all, that's where he lost all the pieces, so we will get it soon enough. Oh, let's see. Whoops, didn't mean to talk to you again. Ah, Inspector. Tell me, are you any closer to uncovering the whereabouts of the missing child? So you two are still flipping over furniture to find that tyke, hmm? Do you mean to say that the child has been found? No, not at all. What I'm saying is that the child is no longer on the train. I've asked everyone on board, but no one gave me an answer that suggested they'd seen the lad. This led me to the conclusion that the poor child either got off earlier or fell from the train. Fell off? Yes, it's entirely plausible, given the way children love to run amok. When you combine that with their oversized heads, you've got yourself a recipe for disaster. I'll contact the railway police at the next station, so feel free to give up on your search. Just a moment, Inspector. The windows on this train are mounted high, and every exit is manned. Given the situation, don't you think it unlikely that a child could have made it off the train unnoticed? All right, I'll humor you. So tell me, Layton, where do you think this elusive ankle-biter got off to? That I can't say, but something tells me we've made a rather large misassumption here. Can you figure out the misassumption, folks? I already know, so, yeah. Boy, there's just no reasoning with you. Fine, keep playing detective. Nothing'll come of it, I tell you. So, of course, we've got to prove him wrong again because Inspector Chelmy is less useful now than ever. And, what's on your mind, my boy? You look distracted. It's hard to put my finger on why, but I feel like someone has been watching us for a while. You too, then? I've been feeling that same sensation myself. Do you think that someone might be tailing us? It's certainly possible. Keep an eye out for anything unusual. Huh. Interesting enough. Another shoe, huh? Huh? This looks like one of Tom's shoes, doesn't it, Professor? It certainly does. But the strange thing is, it's for the same foot as the shoe we found earlier. So it is. Aha! So then, Tom must be... Oh ho ho ho! Luke, I do believe we both made a faulty assumption. What exactly do you mean? Recall for a moment the events as they have unfolded thus far. Let's see. We found a tiny shoe on the floor. That's right, a shoe small enough for a baby. Then there was the cap we found in the kitchen, but it was lodged in such a tiny corner, I don't know how Tom could have wormed his way back there. Correct. In order to get back there, Tom would have to be no more than half your size. Now that you mention it, I don't think I've seen any boys younger than myself on the train. That was my impression as well, which is why I began to consider a different line of thought. Luke, what if you and I have already seen Tom about and didn't know it? You see, all the while we've been searching for Tom, we've assumed that he's a small boy. But what if that assumption proved false? What if we've been wrong from the start? I think I see what you're getting at, Professor. The second shoe was the same in every way as the first shoe, including which foot it was for. If that strange pair of shoes means what I think it does, then Tom must be a puzzle. No. Number 15. Who is Tom really? Worth 30 points. Professor Layton has a feeling that Tom may not be the child we suspect him to be. Move the L-shaped pieces around and arrange them into a plus shape in the middle of the board in a way that sheds some light on Tom's true identity. So let's see, this is fun. We've got 4 L-shaped pieces and 4 little things there. And let's see if I'm right about how to do this. Okay. that. Move that over. And here. And that. And we'll move that down there. And move that all the way down there. Yeah. And move this all the way over here. Make that one follow it. And we can make this one follow it. And this. Yeah. Then we want this to go all the way over there. And then I know it seems strange, we want that right there. We're almost there, folks. And that one there. And then I'm pretty sure that we don't have to get those 4 in the way there.
Here goes.
There we go.
That was almost too easy.
And of course, Tom turns out to be a pampered little poodle. Tom is a dog. Do you recall the girl we saw holding a small dog? I suspect that small dog was our friend Tom. So if we track down that girl, we'll find Tom. So now we need to go search for the little girl, young woman we bumped into earlier. Let's see, I believe we'll find her this way. I bet the deluxe rooms make our room look like a freight car. Hold it right there, man. Sammy Thunder says entrance to that car is for VIPs only, capiche? Now I know you'd like to sneak a peek, but the whole car's booked, so that's a no-go. I bet the kind of person who can rent out that car must be some kind of super tycoon. Indeed. I wonder what it must be like to have that much room on yourself to a train of this caliber. Well, for now I suppose you'll just have to keep wondering, eh, Professor? But we need to keep going that way. I know you're itching to see what's behind that door, but you can't go backstage without a pass. What if we just took a really quick peek? No can do, little guy. You need a ticket to do that. I tell you what, your pal Sammy Thunder has a puzzle that'll take your mind out that door. Check it. Number 19, the train ride. An unknown number of people are riding on the train. At the first station the train pulls into, 1/6 of the people on board get off. At the next station, 1/5 of the remaining passengers get off. This pattern continues so that the next stations 1/4 get off, then 1/3, then 1/2. Then, at the final station, all passengers remaining on the train exit as well. Assuming that no one got on the train during the ride, what is the fewest number of people that come riding the train when it's set out? Oh, this isn't too difficult to think, because if you ended up with 1 person, then 2, then 3, then 4, obviously if one leaves, you're reducing that number. You're reducing that by pretty much its fraction. So if there's 6 people to start out with, 1 person leaves, that's 1/6. Which leaves 5 people. 1/5 of them leaves, that's 1. 1/4, 1/3, 1/2. So we have 6 people that were on the train originally. That's a horrid-looking 6.
Let's see if this works. Piece of cake.
Indeed it was. And that's how that one goes. Well, show's over now, so move it, will ya? If the folks in there find other passengers hanging around outside their door, I'm going to get an earful. Oh well, that's the only reason we need to keep bumping into that, to get that puzzle. So let's keep going, shall we? And before we cut the video, one more talk with Chester here. Greetings, sir. Are you still searching for that lost little one? Indeed, we are still searching. Tell me, sir, have you by any chance seen a young lady pass by with a small dog? Ah, now that does ring a bell. Yes, I believe she was headed towards the back of the train. Is that so? Well, thank you, sir. You've been most helpful. So now we've got the mystery, very, very familiar woman somewhere between us and the back of the train. Next time, we will find her. So, until then, take care, folks. See you later.